This bike claims to be the villain of all electric pit bikes. In a good way, of course. So let's unbox, test out, and review the Heybike villain. Let's go. I'm actually really excited about this bike. So let's get it open. This is not another pit bike on the market. The Heybike villain comes stacked with many features that other e-pit bikes do not have. All right, let's open it. Oh my gosh. All right, so we got some keys, handlebar mount things, left peg, right peg, and some zip ties. This is actually sick. And we got an actual full toolkit. This is actually so nice. It has a 52 volt, 26 amp hour battery, a 4,160 watt motor. The top speed's 45 miles an hour. Max range is 50 miles. The acceleration from 0 to 10 miles an hour is 0.9 seconds. And 190 newton meters of torque. And there's even reverse. Whoa, that is so heavy. Those aren't the only features though. This pit bike has hydraulic brakes, hydraulic front forks, nitrogen rear shock, a headlight, 3 speed modes, magnetic safety kill switch, faster charging speeds with a 5 amp charger, a colored LED display that shows you everything you need, and a little beep when you turn the bike on. Use my discount code LJ100 to save $100 off when buying the Heybike villain. Alright, so we just finished building the Heybike villain. My first thoughts was how clean this looks. Like, it's actually really smooth. You can't see any wires, and I actually really like it. And when you hop on the bike, you have your rear brake, you have your headlight switch, and your reverse switch. I think that's actually really cool about this bike is how it has reverse. We have your normal display that goes on other bikes. And when you come over here, there's a kill switch. I actually really like this feature. When you turn the bike on, you get a little beep sound. It's actually in power mode 0, so it doesn't go at all. I think that's really nice. It's a great safety feature. If you have one of your friends riding this and they turn it on and just twist the throttle very fast, it actually will not go for them. So you press the plus button and it puts you into your power mode. But this bike is great on paper, but let's see how it does when I'm actually riding it. Ooh. Yo, what the heck? All right, we are on the Heybike villain right here. This bike looks so good. We're just gonna ride it around, hit some jumps, do some wheelies, and I'm gonna share my honest thoughts of it. But this bike looks so good. Like, I love the yellow. Have a couple jumps. We have a lot of things that we could do in here. It's also fully charged, so we could do some good wheelies. Holy crap. I'm gonna hit this jump real quick. Oh, that actually jumps pretty good. I just wanna go around and talk about some specs of this bike. Stuff that you kinda wanna know before you buy it. So this bike, it has 4,160 watts of power. That's really good for wheelies. It's a 52 volt. It has 4,160 watts of torque, and the top speed's 45, and it has a 190 newton meters of torque. And one thing about this bike that I saw of the specs that looks so good, it says it can go 0 to 10 in under a second, 0.9 seconds to be exact. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, this bike's capabilities. Oh my gosh, that wheelie's so good. So the powertrain of this bike is where you're spending most of your money for $1,400. And it actually has a really good powertrain for how much money you're spending. And then there's also some other features. It has reverse. That's probably one of my favorite things about this bike. It stands out. It has a reverse. And it has a very bright headlight too. The suspension of this bike is really good. I feel like it's pretty soft, but like it's not springy. Cause you can hit like 5 to 10 foot jumps on this bike and your suspension will handle it. Anything past that, probably not. You might have to get upgraded suspension. So also the range of this bike is really good. It says it can go 50 miles of range. That's actually really good. 50 miles of range. My RTR is 25. And you still have a ton of power to do wheelies. Also, this bike, I mean, it has a kickstand. That's kind of normal, but the bike's looks are so nice. I love it. Like, one thing that I forgot to talk about is how safe this bike is. Like, so I just tie like the kill switch, like the magnetic kill switch up onto here. But like, say you're having your friends ride it, or even like your younger son or anything like that. If they ever like, you know, have their hands go off the bars or they're riding and they have like whiskey throttle, all you have to do is just pull your arm off like this, and the kill switch will fall off and the bike will not go. We're in power mode 3, but it won't go and it lets out a little beep. I think that's really nice how it comes with one of these. Sometimes people don't like these, but all you have to do is tie it up. And if you really want, you could take this off. But then if this falls off and you lose it, then you might not be able to ride the bike until you find another magnet. But yeah, so with this, you go, and then right after we pull it, instant cut of power, like instant. Like that's, the reaction time is very good. Also, some other safety features I've kind of found that they have not labeled is, first, if we're in power mode 0 and we give it throttle, like a little bit of throttle and move into power mode 1, it will not go. I'm twisting it. And then once I let it all the way down and back, it'll start going. So no accidental starts where you'll drop the bike. And then for the reverse, you're not getting all of the 4 kilowatts into the reverse. It goes like 5 miles an hour, no, 3 on the reverse. And there's not torque at all, so you could full pin it on reverse. And it's kind of like granny mode, honestly, but that's good for reverse. Then also, another cool thing that I saw about this bike, I know there's so many things about this bike, but in a little bit, they're gonna start selling like Bluetooth speaker add-ons to play motorcycle noises. And I think that's really cool. You can play whatever you want, but so it'll sound like a gas bike if you like. I think it's kind of just cool how they can do that. You compare it to your phone. So I say my final thoughts is that this bike is like all of your budget bikes combined into one bike, but it's only the good parts. There's like nothing bad about this bike at all. Like absolutely nothing. Also, how this wheelies, I love it. And then there's a high modding potential. I feel like as this bike will grow, this bike was released not long ago at all. I think it was released like a month ago. And so many people have it, there's so many clips of it. The modding potential of this bike will be crazy soon. You can get your own like plastics for the side. You could put supermoto wheels and make it a wheelie bike. I think that would be really nice. Or you could still keep the dirt tires. But yeah, I think this modding potential of the bike is great. I think this bike is so perfect. But now that I'm done riding, so let's go share my final thoughts of how good this bike is in my garage. All right, so we have the Heybike Villain next to us. I'm just gonna share my final thoughts on the bike and also if it should be right for you, kind of like how I do in most of these videos. But I love this bike so much. If you combine every good part of a budget e-moto bike into one, it'd be the Heybike Villain, or the Heybike Villain might be even better than that. There's so many cool features. There's this magnetic kill switch. There's this very snappy throttle. There's an ODS style front plate, which I actually really like. The brakes are so good. The suspension's good. And there's nothing bad about this bike. I couldn't come up with any bad things that I don't like about this bike. Everything is good. So if you're a kid, it's only $1,300 with my discount code LJ100. I also think this bike is great for adults trying to get their kids an e-bike. I think this bike is perfect. It has so many safety features. It has a ton of power, but also there's 3 power modes, so your kid will be safe. And there's great brakes. I think this bike is probably one of the safest in its class, from the kill switch to the brake sensors. Like I'm standing up right here with these shoes on. I'm about 5'2", and the seat's like a little bit lower than my waist. I'd say like a good like 7 inches. And when I sit on the bike, my feet can touch the ground with both legs. So I think if your kid is like under like 4'6", then you should maybe try to go with a smaller bike. If you're an adult wanting to get an e-bike, not trying to job so much on an RTR, I think this bike is perfect. It has a ton of power. You can wheelie it at about like 10 to 15 miles an hour, and the suspension will handle your weight as an adult. And so I think this bike is great. And if you want to save money, use my discount code LJ100. It saves you $100, so I don't know why you wouldn't use it. It also supports me. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love the Heybike villain so much. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.